Hello, my name is Khilil, co-founder and CEO of HYKSO. Tommy over here, co-founder and lead business development and head of growth at HYKSO. We're a 6-people team, 4 engineers, 2 people on marketing and sales. We started this company about 4 years ago. I discovered boxing very late, which I consider very late when I was 21, and I really fell in love with the sport. But I wish I always started when I was 14, 15, and I came with a scientific background, so I was always kind of analyzing my workout and trying to figure out what's the best way to shortcut my path to like a better training to kind of make up for all these years that I didn't train. So we started with a completely shitty product. It was actually a big bag with a motion sensor in it at the center of mass. It was to measure your power. That product was a horrible product. It was working fine, but the distribution was a problem. We also discovered that people didn't want to measure their power during every bag session. So we switched over to this motion tracker that we developed. It measures the speed of every punch. It will recognize the type of punch that you throw. In the next version of the product, we recognize also 12 other movements, like burpees, squats, push-ups, kettlebell swings, etc. All these bodyweight exercises are actually pretty common to high-intensity interval training, but we're really centering this whole product around boxing. When we made the first version of this motion tracker, very quickly we actually got introduced to the Canadian Olympic team. Today we have the US Olympic team using it. We have the China Olympic team using it. We have a bunch of UFC fighters. We have a bunch of pro boxers as well. And we were in discussion with Showtime for a while to put this technology during the live fights. And the idea was to have an additional layer of statistics that you can have during the live events. And could have, had that data for betting purposes, but also just for the fans, to know very quickly, what makes a fighter special. Because one of the big problems that you have with, fighting is that the people that don't follow the sport on a religiously and very regular basis, well, they don't know what to look out for in a fighter. So with numbers, that's one of the very common use cases of numbers in sports, is that you have statistics that showcase why this athlete is special. And in fighting, we don't have a whole lot of that. So then we were still in Montreal at the time, and then we submitted our business to this startup accelerator called Y Combinator, which is an early investor in Airbnb and Dropbox, and we got accepted. So we moved the whole company to California. Tommy actually drove all the way from Boston. We all moved here for it's been 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And our brand is starting to trickle down to the fitness mass of people. And that's very interesting because fighting is a very, very special sport in the regard that, a lot more people go to the boxing gym and the MMA gym to train for fitness, but you're not going to have that in all the other sports. So nobody will go to the basketball gym to work out, or to the baseball gym, or to the football gym to work out. Either you play or you don't. But martial arts, mixed martial arts, and boxing and kickboxing are such good fitness workouts that they have a very strong overlap with the fitness community. And now you have all these celebrities that are all pushing fitness boxing. So there's a very, very big opportunity for us to make this fitness exercise a little bit more competitive by allowing everyone to take specific set of workouts that are done by the professionals and then compare the results, which would be the first time that they could compete against each other without having to hit each other in the face.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do. Super proud of our team. Tommy, I don't know if you're...
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the product and the punch tracker? So here's the box. HYKSO, HYKSO. Here's what you get in the box. It's a set of punch trackers. Right now it's in a charging dock. So it charges via USB. Take the trackers out. Get one for the right hand and one for the left. Pretty soon you'll have one for the right foot and one for the left foot as well. You wrap them right there on your wrist, just like that, inside your hand wraps. and they track how many punches you throw. They identify the types of punches that you throw. They identify the velocity of those punches, and also we have a proprietary metric called intensity score, which scores you based on how hard you're working per unit of time, as you guys would call it, fighter fitness, right? So fighters use these in training, like we said, and we're also expanding quickly into fitness. The crossover there in the use case, right, is that what we've noticed, one of the core insights is that by tracking your performance historically, whether it's a fitness exercise or a really, advanced guy on the bag doing preparing for a fight, when you have that historical performance data on your punch output, and you can now take that historical performance data into a training session and measure your performance in real time, and you have that benchmark, it really inspires peak performance in a way that was not possible before. So, yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about your background?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my background. I come from a fighting background. I mean, it goes way back in my family history. My great grandfather was, my family's from Boston, and he was the professional champion of New England. My grandfather was the professional champion of New England as well. Sort of skipped a generation, and I became not only the champion of New England, but also national champion of the United States. I was on the United States national team. I just missed making the 2012 Olympic team for the London Olympics. So 136 fights, over 100 wins, and now retired from the sport, but contributing in other ways, right, with HYKSO. Yeah, so that's my background.
First of all, it's a 5-letter word that has very little competition on the web. So that's for one. Second, it's actually a people that invaded Egypt 1200 before Christ. And they're known to have improved the technological warfare of the Egyptians. So they invented like the chariot, they invented a lot of weapons. So we see ourselves as, these people.
Yeah, we're innovators of warfare technology for the 21st century,
for the athletes.
for combat sports.
Exactly.
Yeah.